You know what's funny? A lot of men over 60 think attraction disappears because of age, like somehow the moment you hit a certain birthday, women stop noticing you. That is completely false. In fact, a confident older man can be incredibly attractive. Calm energy, experience, emotional stability, presence, that stuff is powerful. A lot of younger guys don't have it. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Some men unknowingly kill attraction before a woman even gets emotionally close enough to feel chemistry, and most of the time they don't even realize they're doing it. Because women rarely say it out loud. They'll smile politely, they'll say, "You're nice," they'll text less, they'll slowly disappear. And the guy sits there confused, thinking, "What happened? We had a great conversation." Meanwhile, she noticed three things in the first 10 minutes that completely turned her off. And today, we're talking about the biggest physical turnoffs women quietly notice in men over 60. Not to shame anybody, but because awareness changes everything. The good news? Almost all of these are fixable, fast. And no, this is not about looking 25 again. Nobody's asking you to become a TikTok fitness influencer wearing skinny jeans and dancing in your kitchen. Relax. This is about energy, presence, self respect, and understanding female psychology a little better. Because women don't expect perfection, but they absolutely notice effort. The first thing women notice? Neglect. Not aging, neglect. Huge difference. Gray hair is not a turnoff. A lot of women actually love it. Wrinkles? Not a problem. Mature faces can look incredibly masculine and attractive. But when a man looks like he has completely given up on himself, that hits differently, and women can feel it immediately. You ever meet a guy who dresses like he lost a bet with life 15 years ago? Oversized stained shirt, shoes from the prehistoric era, skin looks dehydrated, smells like old couch and disappointment. Meanwhile, he says, "Women only want younger men." No, sir. Women want a man who still respects himself. That's what they respond to. You don't need expensive clothes. You don't need designer anything. But women notice cleanliness, grooming, properly fitted clothes, a fresh haircut, healthy skin, trimmed nails, decent posture. That stuff communicates something deeper. It says, "I still care about myself." And that energy is magnetic. A woman doesn't want to feel like she has to become your nurse 5 minutes after meeting you. And let's talk honestly about posture for a second because nobody tells men this enough. Posture changes attraction instantly. A man can be average looking but stand tall, move calmly, make eye contact, and suddenly women feel something. Presence. Then there's the opposite. Slouched shoulders, looking at the floor. Walking like life already defeated you, women don't just see posture physically, they interpret it emotionally. Confidence has a body language, and confidence is deeply attractive at any age. Now, another major turnoff women notice trying way too hard to look young. Oh man, this one hurts because some men genuinely mean well. Listen, there's nothing wrong with wanting to stay healthy and energetic. That's attractive. But when a man becomes desperate to prove he's still 25, women can feel the insecurity leaking through the walls. The forced slang, the midlife crisis outfits, the over the top flirting, the "I still got it, baby" energy. It feels performative. And women are incredibly sensitive to authenticity. You know what's attractive instead? A man who's comfortable in his age. A man who doesn't compete with younger men because he understands his value is different. That confidence is rare, and rare is attractive. There's something powerful about a man who walks into a room without needing validation from everybody around him. He's relaxed, grounded, comfortable in his skin. That energy pulls people in naturally. And honestly, a lot of younger men cannot do that. Women often feel safer emotionally around mature men because of emotional steadiness, but when an older man acts emotionally chaotic or desperately attention seeking, it creates confusion. She starts thinking, wait, I expected maturity here, and expectations matter. Now let's talk about something women notice almost instantly but almost never mention directly. Poor hygiene. Yeah, I said it. And look, this isn't glamorous conversation, but it matters more than men realize. Bad breath, strong body odor, dirty teeth, nose hair trying to escape into society unsupervised. Women notice these details immediately. Immediately. And once attraction drops because of hygiene, it's very hard to recover. You could say the smoothest thing in the world, but if your breath smells like expired regret, her brain already checked out emotionally. That's reality. And here's what's interesting psychologically. Good hygiene doesn't just make a man more physically attractive, it signals emotional organization. Women associate self care with competence. A man who takes care of himself feels safer, more reliable, more sexually confident without even trying. And no, this isn't about becoming obsessed with appearance, it's about basic respect for yourself and the people around you. Simple things matter. Wear a subtle cologne, stay fresh, take care of your teeth, moisturize your skin once in a while. Your face has been through 6 decades of weather. Give it some support. You'd be shocked how much these tiny adjustments change the way women respond to you. Now, here's one that surprises a lot of men: aggressive energy. Some men think dominance means intensity all the time. Wrong. There's a huge difference between masculine presence and aggressive pressure. Women notice when a man stands too close too quickly, talks over her, tries too hard to impress, pushes conversations into flirtation instantly, touches too much too soon. That energy feels uncomfortable, especially to emotionally intelligent women. And here's the irony: men who are truly confident don't rush, they don't force chemistry, they allow it to build naturally. That patience is attractive. A calm man who knows who he is creates emotional safety. And emotional safety is one of the strongest aphrodisiacs in female psychology. Seriously, a woman can forgive average looks faster than she can forgive feeling emotionally uncomfortable. And a lot of older men accidentally sabotage attraction because they come in too intense. Not because they're bad men, and but because they're lonely, or nervous, or trying too hard to create connection quickly. Women can feel that pressure. And pressure kills chemistry. You know what creates chemistry? Curiosity, playfulness, calm eye contact, listening, confidence without performance. A woman wants to feel chosen, not hunted. Big difference. And here's another physical turnoff nobody likes talking about: looking angry all the time. You ever see someone whose face permanently looks annoyed at customer service even when nobody's talking to them? That energy pushes people away. And yes, sometimes aging naturally changes facial tension. But a lot of men unintentionally carry years of stress in their expressions: tight jaw, constant frown, irritated tone. Women notice emotional energy before words even begin. You might think you're being serious, but she experiences you as emotionally unavailable or intimidating. Meanwhile, a man who smiles naturally, relaxes his face, and has warm energy immediately feels more attractive. Warmth matters, especially as people age, because attraction isn't just lust. It's emotional experience. Women ask themselves subconsciously, how do I feel around this man? That question decides almost everything. And honestly, this next part might be the most important thing I say today. Women are not expecting perfection from older men. They are expecting self awareness. That's it. Self awareness is sexy. A man who can laugh at himself a little, attractive. A man who can take feedback without becoming defensive, attractive. A man who says, yeah, I let myself go for a while, but I'm working on it, extremely attractive. Why? Because growth energy is powerful. Most people stop evolving, they become rigid, predictable, emotionally closed. But a man who keeps improving himself physically, emotionally, mentally becomes more attractive with age, not less. And women absolutely notice that. You know what really separates attractive older men from unattractive older men? It's not money, it's not perfect looks, it's energy. One man walks into a room needing approval from everyone. Another man walks into a room comfortable with himself. Women feel the difference instantly. One man blames women, society, age, and modern dating for everything. Another man adapts, learns, improves, and stays emotionally open. Again, women feel the difference instantly. And look, none of this means you need to become fake. The goal is not to perform masculinity like some weird motivational speaker screaming in front of rented sports cars. The goal is alignment. Looking like a man who respects himself, speaking like a man who values others, moving like a man who's emotionally grounded. That combination is incredibly attractive at any age. In fact, a lot of women eventually become less impressed by surface level charm and more attracted to emotional steadiness, maturity, humor, calm confidence, and genuine masculine presence. That's good news for you. Because those qualities can actually get stronger with age if you don't sabotage them with neglect, insecurity, bitterness, or desperation. And let me say one more thing because somebody watching this needs to hear it. Your age is not automatically the problem. A defeated mindset is the problem. Women can feel when a man has mentally retired from life, and they can also feel when a man is still alive emotionally, curious, playful, growing, engaged with life. That energy changes everything. So if you recognized yourself in any of these habits today, good. Awareness is where attraction starts changing. Not shame, awareness. Tiny improvements create massive results over time. Better posture, better grooming, more relaxed energy, more self respect, less performance, more authenticity. That's the real transformation. And honestly, the men who become most attractive later in life are usually the ones who finally stop pretending and start becoming comfortable with who they really are. That confidence hits differently. If this spoke to you, stick around. There's a lot more we need to talk about when it comes to attraction, confidence, emotional connection, and understanding what women actually respond to beneath the surface.